Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something pretty huge from ByteDance. It's called Seedance 2.0. And look, this isn't just another software update. We're talking about a complete game changer, a shift that takes AI video from being a total crapshoot to something, well, something you can actually rely on.
You know that feeling, right? You've probably tried it. You're using an AI video tool, you type in a prompt, hit generate, and you're just crossing your fingers, hoping you get something usable. It's basically a slot machine. But what if you could ditch that whole gamble? What if you could have a factory assembly line instead? Well, that's exactly what this new tech is promising.
All right, so here's how we're going to break this down. First, we'll talk about how it totally kills all that guesswork. Then, we're going to peek under the hood, see what's going on inside the director's brain. After that, we'll get to the fun part, how you become the director. We'll also look at how the world is reacting, because spoiler, it's pretty divided. And we'll finish with a look at this terrifying flaw that popped up almost immediately.
So this really is a massive shift in how people think about this stuff. For the longest time, AI video tools were what you'd call gotcha style. You know, like those little capsule toy machines? You put your coin in, turn the knob, and you get what you get. It's a surprise. But Seedance 2.0 is throwing that whole idea out. We're talking about moving from that lottery to a predictable factory, one that cranks out exactly what you asked for.
And here's the number that really makes you sit up and pay attention. We're talking a usability rate of over 90%. Think about that. More than 9 out of 10 times you hit generate, what you get back is good enough to be used professionally, on the first try. That just completely rewrites the rules for content creation, financially and practically. It's not gambling anymore. It's manufacturing.
And the speed of this evolution is just insane. Version 1.0 was all about getting decent 1080p video out quickly. Then 1.5 Pro came along and added synced audio, which was a big deal. But 2.0, it's not an update, it's a total teardown and reconstruction. They started from zero with a single clear mission. Put the creator in the director's chair, period. Okay, so how on earth does it actually do that? To get it, we really have to look at the core tech, because the magic here is all about how this AI has learned to understand our physical world.
This is so cool. See, older models were basically expert collagists, just mashing pixels together based on patterns. Seedance 2.0 is different. It's been taught the rules of our world. It understands things like gravity and momentum and how light reflects off water. It's not just copying a look, it's simulating a reality. And that's why the motion, the interactions, everything just feels so much more real.
And the way they built it is brilliant. It's basically modeled after a brain. You've got one side, the visual branch, that's like the left brain, handling all the objects, the motion, making sure things look consistent. Then you've got the audio branch, the right brain, creating all the sound. And the secret sauce is this attention bridge that connects them, making sure they are perfectly, down to the millisecond, in sync. So when you see a glass break, you hear it break at the exact same time.
Okay, so we've seen how it thinks. That's the how. But the real revolution, the thing that changes everything, is how it hands all that power over to you. So, how exactly do you get to be the director? It all comes down to this super simple, super intuitive system of @mentions. Yeah, just like on social media. It's your director's toolkit. You want to lock in a character's face and clothes so they stay the same across different shots? Just use @image and point to a photo. Want to copy the exact camera movement or a dance move from another video? Use @video. Or maybe you want your video to edit itself to the beat of a song. Bam! @audio. It's that direct.
And it goes way beyond just creating new stuff. This is a powerful editing tool. You can literally take a video you already have, tell the AI to swap out one person for another, and it'll do it while keeping the background and motion perfectly intact. Or you can just tell it to extend a clip, to just keep the action going seamlessly. It's like having an entire post-production house on your laptop.
Now, as you can probably imagine, when you drop a tool this powerful into the world, it's gonna make some serious waves. And the reaction to Seedance 2.0 was interesting. It basically split the world in two, right down the geopolitical fault lines.
And you can see that divide crystal clear right here. In China, the conversation was almost entirely about economics. It was seen as an engine for growth. Stocks rallied, industries jumped on it. Meanwhile, in the US, the reaction was a lot more cautious. Yeah, people were impressed by the tech, but the discussion instantly turned to all the potential problems. Data privacy, copyright infringement, national security concerns, the whole shebang.
This quote just nails the feeling in China. They called it a singularity moment. Analysts weren't just saying, oh, this is a nice new tool. They were saying,
This is a once-in-a-generation event that will fundamentally rip up and replace the entire playbook for making movies and TV. But with all that power comes risk. And it didn't take long for a really thorny and frankly kind of creepy ethical problem to surface. It happened right away. So here's what happened. A tech writer named Pan Tianhong was just doing a routine test. Nothing special. He just uploaded a single photo of himself to see what the AI would spit out. And the result? He used the word terrifying over and over again. Why? Because the AI didn't just animate his photo, it made him speak in a voice that was a near-perfect clone of his own. But here's the kicker. He never gave it a voice sample. The AI just knew his voice. It had somehow found it buried in its mountain of training data. This is a massive and pretty unsettling example of what's called overfitting, when the AI knows a little too much about the real world. And this kicked off that classic tech industry cycle, right? Move fast and break things, or in this case, develop first, ask for forgiveness later. The public outcry was huge and immediate, sparking all sorts of deep fake fears. ByteDance had to act fast. They yanked the feature that let you use real photos, and then only after the firestorm did they add a live verification step. They basically had to establish a bottom line of responsibility on the fly.
So, with all that said, where does Seedance 2.0 actually fit into the bigger picture? How does it compare to the other heavy hitters like OpenAI's Sora or Quaishou's Kling? Well, right now, it's got a few key advantages. It's pushing out 2K resolution, which is a step up. But the really big deal is that quad-modal input. It can understand text, images, video, and audio all at once. That, plus those @tag controls we talked about, makes it feel like the most ready-for-work tool on the market for creators. So, look, the bottom line is this. The days of playing the AI video lottery are officially over. What we have now is something completely different. It's like having an entire production team, a director, a camera crew, an editor, a sound designer, living in your pocket. The technology is here. The power is in your hands. So the really important question isn't, what can the AI do anymore? The question is, what are we going to create with it?